You are the leader of your own kingdom. You have to take your decision.
I wish today you had an opportunity to come here live, face to face, and visit the university. I wish you had an opportunity to see this lush green campus, 120-acre plus campus. I wish you had an opportunity to see the state of the art infrastructure that we had. And I hope that you all will take care in these trying times, this pandemic. I hope that this goes quickly and I can see you all fit and fine on campus. Till then, God bless you all.
Dear students, you heard from our Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor. And I welcome you to the Adamus family. I will bring the glimpse of Forceps, which is our orientation cum engagement program of last year, wherein the leadership team, including the deans, have put together their offer for you virtually. And then let's have a look at what this 24/7 buzzing campus has to offer. Its culture, sports, its entertainment, the drama, the annual fest, Adinova. So what we offer is a life of excitement, of learning, and a life where we pursue excellence. This is Dr. Mahul Brahma, and I welcome you again to Forceps 2021 and to Adamus family.
Dear students, welcome to Forceps 2021 Day 4. So I hope the 3-day journey that we have, which has come on the 4th day, you're enjoying that. And please understand, we've handcrafted it for you. Every program, every session is handcrafted to suit your need. Post which, from next week, you'll have the school orientation cum engagement programs for every school. So we are planning that as well. So without further ado, let me start the day. This is Professor Dr. Mahul Brahma. I'm the Dean of School of Media and Communication. So yesterday, the day 3, I'll give you a quick recap of what you've seen or missed in case you've missed it yesterday. So the first session was an operational overview, introduction to Canvas, timetable, student regulations by Dr. Rajneesh Clare and Ms. Monica Clare. Then you had the session 2 on skills for future leaders, which is on Center for Lifelong Learning and Psychometric Profiling by Professor Dr. Santosh Kumar and Dr. Sumana Datta. The third session was on CDC, which is our Career Development Center. And it was the opportunity landscaping, glimpse of the career employability, meet the alumni. It was taken by Mr. Avik Dev, who's the president of the Chancellor Cell, Mr. Avijit Giri, who's the director of CDC, and Ms. Shushmita Sinha, who's the deputy director of Outreach. Along with it, dear friends, you had Colonel Amit Verma as the external speaker, whose session I'm sure you enjoyed. Or he is the South Asia head of security and resilience of PepsiCo. So that was day 3. On day 4, we have the first session on learning resources, research, and innovation ecosystem. So this is a very, very critical session, dear students. So please pay a lot of attention here. So it will be taken by Professor Dr. J.K. Pandey, who's the Pro Vice Chancellor, Research and Development, and Professor Rudra Saha, who's the Dean of SOLB. Along with them, Ms. Kea Ghosh, who's our Deputy Librarian, will take the second part of that session. This is for session 1. The next session, so we have 4 sessions for you today. The next session is on the Incubation Center, which is a very, very critical element of this university, of the culture of this university in terms of promoting entrepreneur spirit among the students. So the Incubation Center, and entrepreneurship opportunities will be taken by Dr. Sabtashi Chatterjee, who is the Associate Director of Incubation. The third session is very, very important for you. It's on Student Facilitation Center. So that session is named very rightly A Friend in Need. It will be taken by Professor Dr. Shauli Mukherjee, who's the Dean of Student Affairs, and Mr. Sanjeev Hari, who's the Assistant Registrar and Head of SFC. And the day will end with the final session by Dr. Parimal Chandra Biswas. He is the Director of International Relations. So he will take you through the contours of the 50 plus universities that we are tied up with internationally, and the student exchange program and the opportunities you have at a global scale as a student of Adamus. So this is the day that we have lined up for you, day 4. And so without further ado, my dear students, enjoy the day. I'll hand it over to Professor Dr. J.K. Pandey. Dr. Pandey, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Mahul. Good morning, everyone. This session is mainly to inform you about that if you want to do any kind of research or innovation, then how Adamas University can help you. What kind of help is provided? What are the facilities we have for students to do research and innovation? And if you have any idea, then how you can submit that idea to your school so that we can support that idea to test the feasibility of that idea. So to begin with, so first we will discuss what is research, then why research is important, and how to do research in Adamas University, and support from Adamas University. Like if you want to do research, then what kind of support we are offering to you, and research by our students. So these are some examples from university where students were actively involved in doing research and having some name and fame at international level in international conferences and international seminar and symposiums. So now, okay, so what is research? If we come to this point, so normally it is considered that research and innovation is always directed for society, and researchers always try to improve the overall comfort or well-being of the society. You can take the example of Corona pandemic. When everyone was in lockdown, we were afraid coming out. At that time, scientists, researchers from all over the world, they were inside the labs. They were working 24/7 just to try to find out the origin of coronavirus. And finally, now we have billions of doses of vaccine. So research is always related for the well-being of society, directly or indirectly. So this is just one example that what researchers can do. Steam engine, you might have gone through this story. Then we were having little better engine in 19th century of the vehicle. In 20th century, we came for the diesel and gasoline car. And nowadays we are hearing the hybrid cars or electric cars. After some time, there will not be a surprise if we might have a flying car, because there is a lot of traffic in all over the world. So scientists have already done this kind of research, some prototype, some analysis, some small experiment where they were able to fly the car up to some extent. So a scientist or researcher or an innovator can help for the overall improvement of anything that is helping to the society. Now, again, this is just another example. Some of you might have gone to the dentist. In old days, I am showing you those instruments, what kind of instruments were used in the old days to remove the teeth. Can you just imagine? If today a dentist is using all these things and asking you to open your mouth and just putting the pressure to remove the teeth, how will you feel? So then slowly the advancement came in. The advancement has given you the sophisticated instruments, ultra thin edges of the knives, anesthesia. Nowadays, you won't even realize when the tooth is extracted. Now, another thing is, this is also research. Carrying things from one place to another place. So this is called supply chain management. Like in one place, there are a lot of rice. On the other place, rice are not enough. So from this place to that place, there will be transportation. That is called supply chain system. So we know earlier there was bullock cart, and then we started with the ships, trains, aeroplanes. And nowadays, there are thousands of videos on YouTube where you will see drones are supplying the material. Then the e-commerce came in. So this all is result of innovation, result of research. So what I wanted to say, research is not limited to science or technology or engineering. If you are in school of business and economics, if you are in the domain of media and communication, if you are in the domain of design, if you are in the domain of law, you have equal opportunities to do research and innovation. Everything is derived by the design. If you think little more deeply, you will find design is one of the most important part of any research and innovation. So whenever something comes in your mind that this particular thing can be designed in this way, you are always welcome to submit that idea to your mentor, to your professor, to your HOD, to your dean, to your faculty member. If anything is coming to your mind that in the transportation system, this should be the change, you are welcome to submit that idea to your dean or HOD or faculty member, mentor, anyone, any senior in the school. This is a very simple process. I'll tell you that how you can submit your idea. So whenever something comes in your mind, whatever it is, if you are thinking, okay, there is a lot of traffic on the road when I comes back, and I believe this should be the system. If roads are constructed by this design, then the traffic can be released. Feel free to submit that idea. We are here to support you. So never feel any kind of agitation or shyness to submit that thought. If you are in the biotechnology field, something is coming up, just submit your idea. If you are in basic and applied science, submit your idea. Do not worry at all. I'll tell you the process. That is a very simple process. I have a slide. Now, another part that why we should do research. So first is definitely contribution to the society, contribution to your nation, contribution to your people. But there is another important part. Researchers are always in demand. Always, whatever the situation, 24/7, 365 days, researchers are always in demand. It may be construction industry, it may be government institution, it may be laboratories, it may be transportation sector, it may be medical sector, it may be marketing, sales, any discipline, design, liberal arts, in psychology, any discipline, researchers are always in demand. And they are demand by educational institutions, they are in demand by government institutions, hospitals, insurance company, financial enterprises, every industry, every company, every government organization, they want researchers. So how will you prove that you are a researcher? Just by submitting your idea, and we will support your idea. Then you will work on that idea, you will find out something, and that something will always be in your name. So wherever you are going, you can simply show, see, I have done this kind of research. So that innovation, that research part in your curriculum, in your journey of 3-year, 4-year, 5-year journey in Adamas University, that particular element will put you in a different category. So that's what I have given the title to this slide, do something great. Do not compromise with the ordinary or normal thing. There are thousands of millions of students on this planet. But the differentiator is that how many students have really contributed in terms of research and innovation. That is very crucial part. There are many other parts, but research and innovation in your career, in your life is a very, very crucial part. So do something good, do something great, that will satisfy you for whole life. Suppose if you are inventing something today, it will not end tomorrow or day after tomorrow or after 2 years or after 3 years. It will remain for years and years to come. Even when you are 75 or 80 years of age, you can talk to your friends from a circle. See, when I was studying in Adamas University, I thought of this idea, I submitted this idea, and now that innovation is still there. It's there on the internet, it's there on the website. And if it is successful, then you can say so many people are using this. So never feel, I'm keep repeating, I'll keep repeating this thing. Never feel shy, never feel hesitated for submitting and share your innovative or research idea or any idea, whatever you are having in your mind. Now, how to do research in Adamas University? So suppose you have some idea, got an idea, good. Note it down. 1 idea, 2 idea, 3 idea, 10, 20, 30 idea. Don't worry. Just make a separate note sheet or notebook or a 1 page. Just note it down your idea. So first idea will come in a very simple way. And say, if you are coming, I'm just giving you one example. When there is a rainy season, we all are using umbrella, right? Now, that umbrella, if there is a heavy wind, then there are chances that umbrella will hold it on the reverse side. Second part, size of umbrella. Third part, durability of umbrella. Fourth part, sometime we are when we are going from rainy or outside rainy weather to inside, we need to put umbrella somewhere, and then it is wetting your floor. So if anything is coming in your mind, that umbrella can be foldable, this has such type of problem, so let us do something on that. I will give you one very common example. You have TV in your home. Most of the time what happen, remote खो जाता है, right? You are not able to find the remote. You are searching from this place to that place, and suddenly you are getting irritated because some football match, cricket match is going on. You are just not able to find the remote. It's a trivial problem. Is there any idea to do some kind of innovation in that, to put some sensor, to put something? Just think of it. Make people from computer science background, they can think in a better way. There might be some devices, there might not be some devices. So such type of small things can have a big impact on overall society. Sometimes we forget our keychains. We are not able to find it. Another example I'll give you. When we go to the doctor give us, say, 5-6 type of medicine. ये सुबह ले लेना, दोपहर में ले लेना, take it empty stomach, take before sleep, take after meal. इतना confusion हो जाता है. And after 2-3 days, you are just confused. And maybe some people who are not so educated, they even don't know. They just remember the color. कि लाल वाला morning में लेना है, white वाला afternoon में लेना. So is there any possibility, any kind of a special device or boxes where you can put these pills, or anything that at a particular time, suddenly you get a reminder, Mr. Anvesha Chakravarti, this is the time, it is 10:30, you need to take this medicine. So I am just giving you some example. There may be thousands of examples around you. Try to look at that. Try to look in a way, from point of view as an observer, that what's happening. There are thousands of Toto, you all might be using Toto. We go outside, sometime we wait for 1 minute, sometime 10 minutes, sometime 20 minutes, sometime Totos are coming and going, and there is no seat in that. Sometime we are wasting 1 hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. So is there any possibility that, say, in that particular road we can put some kind of sensor or barrier, so we will easily come to know through our app or mobile, okay, 5 Totos are available, and this Toto is coming from that place, and it will pass my place after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So go outside 5-10 minutes in advance. So these are just very these are just very simple type of example. Do not take it in a literal sense. I am just telling you that this is how things can work. So whenever you have any kind of idea, note it down. Try to do some Google search. Maybe somebody might have thought like this. Google search for 2 days, 3 days. That will strengthen your idea. Then talk to your mentor. You will get a mentor, and there is a proper mentor-mentee system. You will come to know when you will come to the school, or you'll go to your department, and you will meet your HODs. So talk to mentor, present your idea, discuss with him or her. Sir, मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ. And then there is a schemes, there are financial schemes, there are laboratory schemes, there are all kind of support to groom that idea. Now I will request my your screen. Okay, so now I will request my colleague, Professor Dr. Rudra Saha. He is Dean in School of Life Science and Biotechnology. He will tell you that what kind of infrastructure is available to support you. What type of instruments we have. Crores of rupees of instruments we have. So I'll request Dr. Saha to please continue, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Pandey. So students, good morning. And now you have learned from Professor Pandey that how to do research. Most of you are opting for undergraduate degrees, and some of you are opting for postgraduate degree at Adamos University. And the school students who just passed out class 12 exam, and during your school time, you may not have heard too much of that word, that research, because you may have only worked for your class 12 degree exam certificates, and you have also done some laboratory works. Though last 1.5 and 2 years, we are not able to visit our schools or colleges, and our laboratory work has been hampered due to that. But earlier, definitely you have also worked in the laboratory, in the school, or some of you in the colleges. So, that research word may have been a kind of alien word, and you may have thought that the research may only be done by postdocs or PhDs once you've done a lot of higher studies, and then you can pursue research. But from the examples that Professor Pandey has explained to you, that simple things, anybody can pursue research. Research does not require a lot of knowledges or lot of equipments. A simple idea can be nurtured, and then others can join together, and you can have a team who can build a product which will be beneficial for the society or the human. So the idea is important, and at Adamos University will help you, will give you a lot of opportunity to pursue your ideas. You have heard about clubs. There are many clubs. Some of those clubs are entertainment clubs, and some are intellectual, where you can nurture your innovations, capabilities. For example, robotics clubs, there are biotechnology clubs. But that does not mean that only engineering students are involved in robotics club or only biotech students are involved in biotech club. Any student can join. So any problem which a problem for the human or the society, that can be pursued not only by only the biologists or the engineers. They can be pursued by lawyers, future lawyers. They can be pursued by future social workers. So there are many aspects of it, because we are going to use it. When we are going to use it, obviously all types of category of people is going to use a product. So your knowledge, your contribution from all fields are required. So you see there are interdisciplinary project are there, where I'm sure you are going to heard about that interdisciplinary project, and in the school level orientation you are also going to know about it in more details. So there is a one course that you have to pursue at Adamos University, that interdisciplinary project, where a task has been given, a project has to be pursued, where maybe the project is, for example, water treatment. Maybe outside of Adamos University there are lots of water bodies are there, and the pollutants from the industry are basically destroying the wildlife, the flora and fauna of the water system. So how to protect that? So not only biologists or chemists or basic scientists, the students who are pursuing these streams or courses, but there are also other students can also contribute. For example, management people. So maybe we developed a product, and how we are going to market that product to all the people or the different states. There could be law involved, because we are dealing with water, and water has to be consumed by many people, not only humans but also the other animals. So whether there is any law that prohibits the use of that particular product, so lawyers can contribute. Social, so students who are involved in social sciences, they can also contribute, because they know the society, because it's directly related to sociology. So many students can contribute in a single project, even if the project on the face it looks like a scientific project. So here at Adamos University we are going to give you, you know that there are more than 100 labs across the university, across Adamos University. So there are labs in social sciences, there are lab in laws, there are lab in engineering, management, our basic and applied sciences, biotech, pharmacy. So everywhere there are labs, studios. In media there are studios. So you can utilize all the equipments are essential that are available. And the one important thing at Adamos University is that all students use all the equipments. It is not, maybe in the earlier you have seen that only one or two students have able to use the instrument. Rest of you are basically demonstrate. You have seen that some of you have used that instrument, or maybe there is a demonstrator or instructor who did the experiment you have only seen from outside. But here, whether it's a small instrument or a big instrument costing crores of rupees, you are going to use it by your hand. And that's very important, because if you're not going to use an equipment, you're not going to know how it works. Theoretical knowledge, there is a gap between theoretical knowledge and practical knowledges. That's why you have seen that, you will see that most of the courses that you are going to study are attached to a laboratory. So whatever theoretical knowledge you are going to study, you have to repeat those in the laboratories, in laboratory environment. You have to do experiments to understand the theoretical part. So here, all the teachers is a mentors. They are going to help you out to pursue your dreams. And as Sir Pandey sir already said, if you have any idea, anything, for that you need to develop your analytical mind. And we have our professional studies department, CDC, will help you to develop your soft skill, your analytical skills, as well as teachers. And here, teachers not only basically they teach, they transfer knowledges, but they also give you examples. The way Pandey sir give you some examples, how do you connect society to research. Similarly, all the teachers will give you real life ideas, how you can, the theoretical part that you are going to study, how those theory is actually applicable to the real life. And that is very important. And how you can develop, or if there is no option available, obviously you can always develop something in a better way. Sir already give you some examples that how you can develop. If there are problems, in India there are many problems, but it is you who can solve the problems. You are the driving force for the country. So for a country to progress, research and innovation is a prime thing, and every student has to pursue it. Whether you like, you may have not thought about it that we have to pursue research when we are going to study undergraduate and postgraduate. Maybe postgraduate students know about it. Maybe undergraduate student, you may not have thought about it to pursue research. But trust me, every course that you are going to study, there will be a research component to it. It is not the teachers who are going to teach you. As a student, you also have to present your ideas. In every course, you have to go through presentation. Maybe some topics are given to you, and teacher may say, work on it, on that particular topic. Study literature, use Google to find out information, and then present that as a PPT form in front of the class. So in that particular day, you are the teacher, and rest of us are basically student. So that way you develop your skills, and slowly after 1 year, you will see that you are equipped with so much of knowledge, and it is not only your domain knowledge. You are going to learn about many other knowledges. For example, minors. We talked about, you have learned about minor courses where you can pursue a different subject, may or may not related to your domain. Why it is important? Because, as you say, when we are pursuing a problem of society or human problem, we not only need scientific knowledge, we also need other knowledges too. That knowledges eventually will help you out. Maybe first day, second day, or first year, you may not have thought about that. A knowledge from a different domain would be useful when you are pursuing a particular problem. But you learn that when you are going to study, pursue your courses, work on your ideas or other ideas. You will see other people's. I'm going to show you some of the examples. The infrastructure and the ideas that students had, and they developed that ideas, and now they are in a different position, in a higher position. Some of the students have developed their ideas in the clubs, and they got entrepreneurship awards, innovator awards, and the government of India has given them a lot of money to pursue their dream projects. So you can also pursue that, because that student in the first year, in the first day, they never have thought that they are going to pursue something like that. There are simple problems that Pandey sir has said. Similar problems has been pursued by our students, and now they are in a different level. And now they are encouraging. They are coming. They are as an alumni. They are coming to Adamos University to talk and give you their experience, share their experiences, and all those will be helpful for you. So I'll just give you some glimpses of some of the laboratory infrastructures that we have. And it is not, when I'm talking about that the infrastructure is available to a particular school, it does not mean that particular infrastructure is only available for the students of the school. Entire university can use that infrastructure. So if you are computer students, you can always come to a basic science laboratory, because you have a certain idea that requires basic science laboratory equipments. You can definitely pursue that. Your mentors, your teachers, your deans will help you out. So these are some examples. I'm not going to explain everything, because at this point of time, it is difficult to understand what is a UV visible spectrophotometer for you. Okay, or the other equals stereo microscope. You may have used microscopes in the laboratories, but those are simple microscopes. Now you are going to use compound, stereo, phase contrast microscopes, more advanced equipments that you only have seen in the pictures of, or in the movies, or in the CIDs in some cases. They are using some high-end equipment. You are going to use that in all the schools, whether it's a pharmacy school, whether it is basic science, or in the biotechnology schools. So these are some of the examples that of the equipments that we have, and all these infrastructures are high-end infrastructure where undergraduate student, postgraduate student, PhD students, or postdocs all can pursue research. The equipment is so high-end that it is not only meant for undergraduate student, but also meant for high-end research. So all those infrastructure are available at Adamos University. Now, Pandey sir already said that there are schemes are available for the students. So now you have an idea. You talk to your mentor. You already have written down the idea on a paper, and you developed your idea. and you talk to your mentor or teachers and say that, sir, I want to pursue it. I don't know what kind of equipment is required. It is just an idea. Please help me. Sir will help you. Sir will give you some information, or he will introduce to some another faculty who is on that particular domain. And then you can also use the clubs available. You can, in the robotics club, it is kind of engineering kind of problem. You can visit the robotics club and use their equipments, or you can go to biotech club and talk to the mentors. So through mentors and faculty members, the ideas can be developed further, because you may not know about the equipments that are available to the Adamos University, which you can use for development of your idea. So you have an idea, there are expertise available at Adamos University as a faculty or other students who are postgraduate student. If you're an undergraduate student, maybe a postgraduate student have that expertise, or maybe a PhD students that we have here had that expertise. So we can build a team of 3-4 people, you, another postgraduate student or PhD student, and then faculty member, and together they can submit that idea to Adamos University. Adamos University has various schemes to support student ideas. One of those is Arise, and where a student together with a faculty member can submit their idea, and those ideas can be funded. If they have to present their idea to the panel of experts, including external experts, and that way many students have received a lot of grants through the Arise scheme, and now they are pursuing that research at Adamos University. So you see, you will also see that through various workshops, seminars, programs, always, if you follow our social media handles, the Facebook or the LinkedIn profiles, you will see every day there are multiple webinars are going on, where you'll see Nobel laureates are coming. Earlier, it is very difficult to imagine that a Nobel laureate offline, when the offline webinars or conference or seminars are going on, when it is very difficult for a Nobel laureate to fly down to India and give lectures. But you see, the last 2 years, we have innovated. The whatever resources we have, now a Nobel laureate is only, the difference between you and him or her is just a computer. You open up the computer, log into your Zoom session, and the Nobel laureate is in front of you, and he's talking directly to the students.
And
so,
sir, just to add this thing, it was financial support,
absolutely,
laboratory support, and then as sir is saying that this is just one screenshot, let's say from one school. In every school, we are organizing so many events, and you will be happy to know that most of the events are being managed by students. So what happens when big people are coming here and you are part of that organizing committee? You are introducing them. You are kind of moderating the question and answer session. So you develop your connection. We give you freedom to develop your connection with that big person who is a big scientist, big researcher, or big innovator in his or her area. And slowly he will call you by name. Say on some occasion, on some puja, or New Year, or anything, you are saying, sir, Happy New Year, and he will call you by name. Hello, Mr. Banerjee, how are you? So this is how in all these 3 or 4 years, when you are spending with us, when you are with us, we will try to nurture you from this direction of research and innovation. So first, giving you money, take money, and we are giving up to 1,70,000, 80,000. We have given to so many students, and in every school you will find the list of those students who have received the money with the help of mentor. So money to do research, laboratories, as my colleague Professor Saab was saying, that this is available or freely available to all the students. One thing is there, that your mentor should come with you, right? Because you might not be that expert. That machine may get broken, and it's a very expensive, very sophisticated instrument. So for first year, second year, for 2 years, you need to come with your mentor. But this is available for each and every student of Advanced University. No doubt. You have a student facilitation center, you have name of your mentor, you write anywhere. Like you want to use that machine, you don't know where what to ask, write to student facilitation center, SFC. Okay, sir, I have this idea, I want to test this idea and I want to use this instrument. Can I use what to do? Or you can directly talk to your teacher or mentor. So money, laboratory facilities, and inviting the eminent people, researchers, where students are taking active part to talk to those big or eminent people to develop their own connection, because by that way you can utilize their facilities also. You can meet their students. You can develop a connection with their students and student to student connection. Then say after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you both are becoming a big shot, and this collaboration can give you a different type of result, right? So another just a small kind of to give you idea. Just a small thing. Like in every school, people or mentors are kind of given a suggestion, recommendation that they should always involve students in research paper. So I think sir, nearly 120 research paper are by students also. Students are getting credit for this international research paper. Then we are organizing international conferences where you are presenting your that research and innovation part in front of world's topmost scientists. It may be online, it may be offline. Sometimes if you find something good is happening to other part of this country, we are having that provision that a student can get some kind of support to visit and participate in those conferences. Then internship with international researcher. When you go to your school, I'll just give you one example, say from the Department of Geography. There are many students who are having internship mentor from Stockholm, internship mentor from other region, other part of the world. So you will get that opportunity that suppose you are working on your major project or minor project or dissertation. You will get this opportunity to get in connection or collaboration with the international people.
Right.
So one faculty is from Advanced University, one faculty is from the international part. So why we are doing this? So that you can get the full exposure. After completion or before completion in your final semester or say third or fourth semester, by that time you will have at least 10, 15 people connection, a personal connection. So money, laboratory, inviting eminent people, you will be part of those organizing committees. Then international research paper will give you the training how to write research paper, how to do literature search, how to work toward development of prototype, how in a robotics lab you can contribute, how you can do research in the law discipline. Sometimes somebody is working, as sir gave the example of water treatment. For example, plastic is the biggest problem. सबको पता है आपको, plastic is the biggest problem. Now you need technology to convert or to degrade or to disintegrate that plastic. Then you need a person of law background who will tell you, okay, let us make such type of norm or regulation for the use of plastic, for the disposal of plastic. Then you will find someone from computer background, he will say, listen, we can develop a app. Like if you are having this much of plastic, then you should call this person, you should dispose at this place. Then suddenly you are having a person from design background. He is saying, man, let us develop some smart dustbins. You know, that can automatically separate all these plastic from the other waste. So law, computer, engineering, and design. And then suddenly you are talking someone who is having background of microbiology. He is saying he can do one thing in that smart dustbin. He can put some microbe. They will eat the plastic. So for this reason, we have started, as Rudra sir said, interdisciplinary project (IDP), and you will see that for one project, and this is a, by the way, this is a project. I gave this example of this plastic sustainability of plastic recycling. This is a project where students from law, students from biotechnology, students from basic science, there are 5, 6 group of students, they are working together. So you will get opportunity to work on such type of project. Now, this is the result, sir. If you can please explain that how our students are involved in the research thing.
Right. So, I'll just give you one example. There are many examples from all the school, across schools. Recently, a student from biotechnology, every day we eat a lot of foods, and those foods are, we know that even from the newspapers and the news channels we see, and we have heard that all the foods are adulterated with pesticides and other different chemicals. And how you are going to detect that in your kitchen, whether your mother or you or your father, how they detect that the food, that the vegetables they have purchased from the bazaar or market, whether it is adulterated with certain harmful chemicals. So that student had an idea that why not we develop a kit, a home-based kit, and it would be useful for, it's not only the scientist going to use, it's going to use by your father or mother or you in the kitchen, and to see immediately whether that the food that you have purchased, the vegetables, whether there is, or the fruits, whether it's a pesticide coating or other harmful coating or not. And he developed the idea in the club, and that idea was presented in the national level ES Summit into this year, and he got the first prize. There are 300 students from across India, from all the top level universities and other places they have competed. And that student from Adamos University, with the simple idea he developed 1 year ago, and he got the first prize. And now he got that idea is funded by that ES Summit, and now he got funds to develop the idea, convert into a kit. And those kits eventually, maybe after some year, few years, you will use that kit. Your mother or father going to use that kit in the kitchen to see whether the foods are adulterated or not. So these kinds of examples are plenty at advanced universities. Many students, they have pursued simple ideas and they have got prizes, whether they're in engineering, whether they're in basic and applied science, whether they're in pharmacy or law. Our students had achieved lot of accolades. They have, and Sir already said, they have published, undergraduate students have published research papers. Can you imagine? We only thought that only PhD or postdoc or scientists can publish research papers, but our students have pursued because they have the ecosystem available. How the Pandey sir has explained, there are so many options available for you, and the mentors will help you and guide you. So today, the students are empowered. Only you need to come out of your shell. Now, maybe you don't know a lot of things. And through these programs, orientation programs, the central orientation program, and then next week, the school level orientation programs, all the lectures are very important for you. You may not thought about that, why I need to know some of the lectures, but each and every lecture is very important, because this is going to be your integral part. You are going to stay here 2 to 4 years or 5 years here at Adamos University in pursuing different courses, and all those informations are important. And that's why we are painstakingly developed these orientation programs, so that you know. Porimal sir has talked about student exchange. Pandey sir has talked about student exchange. Today you are going to Professor Porimal Bishwas is going to talk about how our students have visited foreign international universities to pursue their research project, and how the students from those foreign universities came to Adamos University. And you will see, when offline classes will begin, you will see a lot of students from foreign countries visit our university. And you also have the opportunity through our international relations department with our partners universities which across the world, and you have the opportunity to pursue your goals in those universities.
And
So all
sir,
those things
even-
will be there, sir.
Actually, I was just thinking that from every batch we used to get, every year we used to get very brilliant minds.
Right.
And I was just thinking that I hope that at least 50-60% of you will force us to put your photo at a blank place. And we would be very happy.
Right.
And these are just very small and very few examples. At a departmental level, you will come to know about more students who are involved in research and innovation. And see, that's what Sir was saying, that we are having all kind of support, infrastructure. Please feel free to submit your idea. Do not hesitate at all. And we are here for you. It's not like somebody is going to laugh at your idea. Don't worry. Nobody is going to laugh. We will be happy. Suddenly, if someone is coming, sir, I want to have a flying bicycle. We will say, great, because you are having that young mind. The fresh ideas will come from you. So never underestimate your idea. Sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any idea, whether it's small or big, you
Yeah.
can pursue here.
In fact, whatever is coming, whenever it's coming out of the box and suddenly you are thinking something weird, that's a great idea. That idea is great idea. If something is, beyond the traditional.
Right. You may think it's a stupid idea, but
Yeah.
that idea can be actually could be a big
Yeah.
thing.
So never think by yourself, "Okay, my idea is not good idea. I don't know, people will laugh, it may be stupid." So no idea is a stupid idea.
Yeah.
And in fact, the great innovations are done by such type of weird idea.
Absolutely.
Someone might have thought one day that we should fly like bird only.
Right. Right.
But people were laughing on these right figures.
Right.
They were saying, "Hey, what are you thinking? You are saying that we will fly in the air like this." So initially, every idea will look like weird idea.
Right. 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 Now you see there are examples of flying cars, flying
Yeah.
people. People are flying using jetpacks thereby in the back.
And maybe when they were at this age, when they might have shared this idea to someone, कि अब मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि I want to fly, their friends might have laughed at them. कि what are you thinking at?
Right.
So please, this is my personal request, first personal request on behalf of each and every faculty member.
Yeah.
Please feel free to submit your idea
Absolutely.
or make a list of ideas. Suppose if you are not comfortable to submit, say, every day some ideas are coming, make a sheet of ideas. Don't worry. And then you can submit your ideas to us. So this is just beginning of our journey. And during the school orientation, we will meet you again with our whole team, our faculty members and mentors, and we will tell you at your school level and departmental level how you can associate with us, in a more active. Next session, sir, with the library.
Library. Miss Kia Ghosh, who is the deputy librarian, will talk about how library you can use library resources. Now even we have our library is online. You can through certain links that she is going to show you, and you can access all the books available in the library. So we'll shortly begin.
And I think some of you some of you might want to ask some question. I have seen some students were raising hand. So hold your questions we will answer each and every question at your department.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. And looking forward to see you in our classroom.
Thank you.
A very good morning, and I welcome you all to on behalf of Adamas University. And today I want to present share a presentation on library infrastructure and facilities. Actually, library orientation is purpose of library orientation is to familiarize the students with the library services, library resources, and library facilities. So today I will share a presentation. Library is the heart of the educational institutions. Well-functioning library a well-functioning heart keeps the body healthy. Efficient library creates a healthy educational atmosphere. Actually, we have books more than 51,000 and number of unique titles is 8,123 and 2,000 ebooks is there and 500 e-journals. Print journals is also there, 17 print journals, and e-database is 3. And seating capacity is 600 plus. In print section, books collection, periodicals, dissertation, and thesis are there, and non-print section, CD, DVD, research database, e-journal, e-books, thesis, dissertation, and previous year question bank is also there. There is 5 libraries. One is main central library and 4 departmental libraries is there. Central library is in the building of School of Economics and Commerce, and law library is the School of Law and Justice. Pharmacy library is in the building of School of Medical Sciences, and engineering and technology library is in the building of School of Engineering and Technology. School of Education library is in the School of Education. Library timing, central library and law library from Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And other libraries, pharmacy library, engineering technology library, and professional studies library is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the privilege, member privilege, UG student can get 4 books at a time for 15 days, and PG student can issue 5 books for 15 days. Library is open to bona fide members only. Every member who enters the library shall sign the attendance register. All members should update their mobile number and email ID using dashboard available in online library catalog. You must have to update your mobile number and email ID to get alert mail from the library. And this is system generated mail. Members should produce their student ID card when borrowing library documents. All users shall maintain peaceful environment of study within and around the library. Mobile phones are not allowed inside the library except laptops. No personal books, bags, etc. are allowed inside the library. Do not keep money or valuables. Library staff will not be responsible for any loss. Library staff may request any user to leave the premises if found to be violating of any of the library regulations. It is open access, fully open access and automated library system. 24/7, you can access online library catalog, and the renewal facility is also available from outside the campus. That is also 24/7. And 24/7 hours access to e-resources retrieval facility is also there. And 24/7 access to resources from anywhere, anytime. And research assistance is always there in 24/7. And reprographic facility is also there in front of law library. There are many e-resources. A Copy Kitab ebooks platform is Copy Kitab and ABC Reader. ABC Reader mainly for law students, and Copy Kitab is for multidisciplinary subject areas. In Copy Kitab, there are books on pharmacy, engineering, technology, and social sciences, management, etc. Actually, National Digital Library is NDL is National Digital Library of India. Here, first time you can register and with your email ID, and 8-digit password is required. Minimum 8-digit password is required for your registering. And after that, you have to enter CAPTCHA, and then you can log in into the system. And from NDL, you can access vast number of resources, valuable resources, from social science to law, engineering, and medical sciences, and pharmacy, all the subjects. Monupatra is a IP-based online legal database, and All India Reporter, all journals, 7 journals of All India Reporter is also there in the law library. And Gestor is a multidisciplinary database. You can search books, journals, and articles from this database. I will show you later. EPW is also there. EPW is also online magazine. You can also access it. EPG Pathshala is mainly, it is a gateway to postgraduate courses mainly. And you can also, postgraduate students are mainly benefited from this EPG Pathshala, and Swayam Online is also there. EPC Reader covering law subject areas, 300 plus books and 350 bare acts and commentaries. Your ID is Adamas email ID and password is ebc@2020. EBC E is capital. And we will provide you all the details of e-resources through mail. And when you will come physically to the library, we will guide you individually. All India Reporter cover law subjects, Supreme Court databases, High Court databases, criminal law journals databases covering from 1950 to 2019. Installed in 4 computers in law library and can get access from law library. Delnet, we have also Delnet Developing Library Network. It is a institutional membership, IP-based access of multidisciplinary e-journals and e-books can get access from this site. We have also off-campus access, that is remote log. You can access the resources from your home also. The site is https://adamas.remotelog.com. We have provided all the details to you through mail. This is our library website, aulibrary.adamasuniversity.ac.in. I will show you after presentation this library website, how you search the books and how you log in and renew your books and all. This is online library catalog. You can search our physical resources from this site. You can search this from here. You can search the library books, and here you can log in and password is there. And through login, you can renew your books sitting at your home. You can also find your fines, late fine for returning books, and you can change your password. And due date is also visible in this site, and online renewal facility is also there. Here is the accession number. This accession number is unique for each and every books, and you must have to remember that which book you have issued must have one unique number, and that is accession number. There is online renewal facility of books and automated alert mail for overdue books also. Here is the Gestor database, and you can search from here. Here is the Delnet, and you can new discovery portal is there. You can press on new discovery portal, and this page will appear, knowledge gainer portal. And from knowledge gainer portal, you can access full text ebooks, e-journals, and e-articles also. In remote log, you have to log in through your official email ID, an official Adamas email ID, and then you can access all the resources through remote log. There is we have also plagiarism detection software. Actually, plagiarism is nothing but plagiarism is the representation of another's author's language, thought, ideas, or expression as one's own original work. Plagiarism is presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own with or without their consent, by incorporating it into your work without full acknowledgement. All published and unpublished material, whether it is manuscript, printed, or electronic form, it is covered under this. We have the plagiarism detection software, that is Originals. Originals, in addition to being a plagiarism prevention software, also provide valuable feedback that can help students hone and develop their academic writing skills by focusing and creating original content. Here is the National Digital Library of India. You can go to this site, and here is the member login, email ID, and password is there. And you have to put their captcha, and then you have to log in. Here is the Swayam e-learning platform, and you can also, after completion of these courses, you can get specialized certificate from this. PPGG Pathshala is also an initiative of Ministry of HRD and the National Mission of Education through ICT, being executed by the UGC. It provides access to digital textbooks for all classes, graded learning materials. It also covers 800 plus books and 1000 plus courses. Now I will show you the library website. This is the library website. You have to go to the library catalog. Here you can search any books. Suppose you have to search books on biochemistry. Here are the books on biochemistry. And suppose this is the books on these are the books on biochemistry, and you have also the location. You have also searched the location of the books. These books is in the pharmacy library, and these books in the central library. Biochemistry, the molecular basis of life. This is in the central library. Now you can search all the books that you want. Here you have to log in. Your login ID is your S for student and last 7 digit of your enrollment number. Suppose student enrollment number is S 000 3720 and password is A capital U small @123. These 3 books are issued in the name of the student Shogato Bakchi, and the books are overdue. And if you have to remember, if the books, the date of the book is overdue, you can't renew that book yourself. You have to inform us and to renew that books. Books. Here you can show your details, say user summary. Check out 3 checkout books, 3 overdue books, and each books for 5 rupees per day, and 15 rupees due in fines and charges. From here, you can also search ebooks, that is Copy Kitab. Here you have to put your email ID. You can search all the books, all the ebooks from this site. This is Copy Kitab ebooks. You can also get access it from mobile also. Here is the EBC reader. Another platform is there. And this is for law library mainly. Here you have to also, all the time you have to sign in with your mail ID. From this site, you can also search all the ebooks on law. Thank you. We will provide all the details when you will come to the library, and we will provide the e-resources through mail.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. So, dear students, you've understood that. Dear students, you've understood that how critically important library is for the entire ecosystem of the university and your career in the future. So please utilize it to the best of the abilities. And so the next session, I will introduce Dr. Sabtashi Chatterjee, who is in charge of the incubation center. So this is an area, this is a very critical area. So Dr. Chatterjee is Associate Director of Incubation. So this is a very, very critical area, which is primarily focusing on, the developing the entrepreneurial spirit in you, in all the students that we have. We are led by an entrepreneur, our Chancellor, Honorable Chancellor Professor Samit Ray is an entrepreneur, par excellence, and so that spirit is something that we would want to, transfer to you as a part of the ecosystem. So it is taken very, very seriously in our university, and so therefore now I will hand it over to my colleague Dr. Sabtashi Chatterjee for the session to take you through this wonderful, wonderful journey and what's in store for you here. So over to you, Dr. Chatterjee.
Thank you, sir, for the kind introduction, and a very good morning to the students. A very, very good morning. Now, this keeps me in dilemma whether to say it's a happy or a sad incident. But definitely, today, being a part of an orientation session and meeting hundreds of students who are future leaders in academics, future technocrats, future scientists, future researchers, future businessmen, and everyone. So it's a proud privilege for me to interact with you. On the other hand, the severity of COVID has created a distance. Though we say no social distancing, only physical distancing, but still we are physically distant to one another. And therefore, we cannot cherish a live session being more lively with your voice coming up and with me interacting with you. Today, as Professor Brahma explained the requirement of innovation and incubation, I will be taking you through a journey in pursuit of a limitless mind and how we can create a limitless mind that is the fulfillment of higher education through innovation, incubation, and obviously another very important and crucial component called social responsibility. So let us try to explore what Adams University has in stock for you in the days ahead. I will be speaking about an academic way of achieving excellence through the components of research, innovation, incubation, and social responsibility. Now, as you hear these three terms or four terminologies, something goes into your mind. And more importantly, it's not the knowledge or not the brain itself, it's the preparing of our own mind, which will make every one of you a successful. And therefore, in my entire presentation for the next hour or so, I will be giving you a food for thought. Now, how many of you want to be successful in life? If this question is asked in a podium to an audience where everyone, all the students are present, then I would definitely say none of the hands would be on the below. Everyone will raise their hand saying, I want to be successful, irrespective of what domain you belong to be, irrespective of what is your intention of becoming successful. How do you define success? But everyone cherishes or everyone wants to be successful in life. Now, the question, how many of you have an idea to be successful in life? Now, an engineering graduate, a student who has joined engineering, a student who has joined microbiology, or a student who have joined sociology or psychology, success definitely means different to them. But how many of you have an idea that you want to be successful through this way? And that is what we will try to explore in this presentation in the next hour, that how can Adams University add value to your life and how you can contribute in making yourself successful, because your success is what we look for. It's not our success. Now, the common ideas to be successful. Yes, these are all questions which are commonly asked to students, to parents, irrespective of their domain. So many say that my growth is my success, how fast I grow. For someone, a placement or a job is success. For few, education or the degree is success. A few of them say how I stay motivated and how I motivated others, how I inspire others, that's success. Definitely, many people think reaching the target is a success. For some people, solution to a problem is success. For some people, earning the money, how much bank balance you could prepare, the finance is a success. For a few people, planning your life and accordingly going through it is success. And definitely, utilizing time to the best of the capability is success to many. So these are common things. Everyone knows that these are ideas to be successful. You need to step on to either of these things in order to be successful in life. But here, in an academic way, what do we mean by success? And what will lead you to a destination, what we will be calling as a successful life? You will be able to call yourself a successful student, a successful citizen of the country, or even a global citizen. So what will take you to that destination? The three very important components in this academic path towards success are research followed by innovation and incubation. So in my presentation, I will be trying to brief you, what do I mean by research? Now, many of the students would start feeling, I am just an undergrad student. Why do I do research? I've always heard research is is to be done by someone after they complete their post-graduation in a PhD level or so. You may ask a question in your mind, am I innovative? Do I know anything to do something new? And what is incubation? Why do I require it? So these three pillars, as you can see the graphical representations showing a hand-holding. In an academic path, this hand-holding would lead towards your destination of becoming successful. And another important component to it, which will make you grounded, which will keep your feet always on the ground. However better you do in your career, however successful you are, it is your social responsibility. So today, let us try to explore the domain of research, innovation, incubation, and social responsibility, and how this path of your journey that you have selected at Adams University from day one till the day you complete your degree, either undergrad or a post-graduation degree, what we have in offer to you. Now, in this journey, we have a few people who would be always spearheading these domains and who will always guide you to reach to your destination. And to name a few is Professor Jitendra Kumar Pandey, whom you have heard today morning, who is also the Pro Vice Chancellor, Research and Development, and a Professor of School of Basic and Applied Science at Adams University. We have Professor Dr. Moumita Mukherjee, Dean, Research and Development. We have Professor Dr. Prithvish Bose, Director, Product and Innovation, and a Professor, School of Business and Economics. We have Dr. Pragyan Mohanty, Associate Director, Social Responsibility, and Associate Professor in the School of Education. And myself, Dr. Sabtashi Chatterjee, I am heading and handling incubation to make you go through the days ahead in the domain of innovation, research, incubation, and social responsibility. So these all are the team who are going to help you in the journey ahead, who are going to handhold you in the days to come. So what are the toolbox for becoming successful? Everyone wants to become successful. Few of you have the idea to become successful. So let us create a toolbox that we will sharpen throughout our career, throughout our academic career at Adams University, that will increase our probability of becoming successful to our own dream. The first one is challenging yourself. Who doesn't want to sit in the window seat of a bus or a car? You always prefer to sit beside the friend whom you sat in the first day of your college life or school life. And therefore, you always try to be in a comfort zone. But believe me, you need to challenge yourself. You need to take yourself out of the comfort zone and challenge yourself. And that is the first toolbox you need to discover in your academic life that will help you to succeed. You need to evolve. If you go back to just a couple of years, you have never thought a class, a orientation session, a practical session would happen virtually, where a teacher is situated or sitting around 50, 60, 100 or 1,000 kilometers away from you, and you sitting at your home in a comfortable room. So the situation has made us evolve. COVID is a challenge, but it has also taught us how fast we can evolve. That is also something to learn in your academic way. You need to speak out your idea. Now, you know, when we are most comfortable in speaking out our idea, it is during a tea break, when we all friends gossip together. Everyone has so many ideas. Someone would change the world, someone will change the politics, someone would change the technology. But you need to speak out the idea in front of a learned audience. You need to speak out an idea in front of people who will constructively criticize you. So don't be pessimistic about a criticism. Be optimistic. Remember, a criticism to you is giving you a tool in your hand to sharpen your axe. So you need to speak out your idea. Until that, the world would not care. The world would not know what you have to deliver to the world in solving a problem. Do not copy. You are an unique individual. You are an unique individual. We cannot find anyone with the same intelligence than you in the entire world. We cannot find a same person who looks like you in the entire world. We cannot find a same person who would think in the way you think in the entire world. Then why do you copy? Then why do you need to copy your idea? Why do you need to say that this is the way it has to be done? This is the way it has been done for ages. No, you have no boundary. You cannot copy. You are a unique individual. You have a unique aspect of looking at a problem, and therefore, do not copy would be one of the greatest toolbox that you can have in your toolkit to become successful. And for that, you need to think out of the box. You have to join two dots. Everyone knows the shortest distance of joining two dots would give you a straight line. But who has not asked you to go to create a parabola, a hyperbola, a circle, or something else using the two dots? Yes, they will not be the shortest route. You have to start exploring a little more. But believe me, that little more would add a lot of value to your life. That little more would add a lot of dimension of thinking in your life. And definitely, you have to adopt the best practices. We have not created something of our own. What I am delivering in my presentation is nothing but adopting the best practices that is followed throughout the world, and whatever little I have accumulated from my experience. So you need to keep all the tools sharpened at your toolbox that will help you to pave the way for the days ahead in your life. And the three different terminologies most of you or few of you are hearing for the first time. Few of you already heard what is research, what is innovation, what is incubation. But let us try to put all the beads into a single girdle. Let us try to see how research is related to innovation, how innovation leads to incubation, and how you from day one would determine what is success. Is success the marks you get? Is success the job you get? Is success the salary you get? Or success will be redefined by you, not as I say, but you will be able to redefine success based on whatever we are going to have a discussion today. And in that, research, innovation, and incubation and the relationship is going to play a very pivotal role. Let us start with idea. As I said, all of us have thousands of ideas. Some idea of a business, some idea related to technology, some idea related to society, some idea related to politics. Now, those ideas are what? Are they just a dream? Are they just an opinion? So how do I define that? How do I convert my opinion into idea? When you have a definite opinion in solving a problem, we call it idea. So if I ask you, anyone has a problem? The answer would be everyone has problem. There is no individual, no entity, no sector, no career option where there is no problem. And that is the greatest opportunity we have. When there is so many problems, there are so many solutions which are required. And when there are so many solutions required, your idea would be to solve any problem. And that's called ideation. What do you do with an idea? You present your idea. As I already said, that you need to present your idea to an audience where you are comfortable. No, you have to present your idea to a audience who would critically appraise your idea, who dissect your idea and say, no, you are going wrong, and here you are going correct. And that leads to research and validation. You need to do a lot of research. You need to find out what you are thinking today here at Adams University in West Bengal, Kolkata. Someone in Nigeria, someone in Alaska, someone somewhere else in the world has thought of it. They had an idea, but you need to present it. You need to validate it through research, whether your idea gets a thumbs up. Yes, it's doable. Yes, it's valid. Or it gets a thumbs down. No, it's not possible. Now just imagine, I hope most of you have already taken the COVID vaccine, either Covishield or Covaxin. But imagine if the cost of this vaccine would be in lakhs. How many people in the world could have afforded it? Therefore, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe today I want everyone to be back in the campus from tomorrow. COVID should go off. But is my idea validated? The world doesn't say so. The world say that we are just ahead, just looking through, passing through the COVID crisis, and there is a ray of hope showing that we will overcome this situation. But there is also a hindrance of the third wave, which might come. So the research and validation will critically acclaim, will critique your idea, and then what will come is whether your idea is innovative or it is something routine. I just remember of a story, an anecdote that we all of us know, that apple has fallen from an apple tree, and that led to the discovery by Newton of gravity. But just remember, apple used to go up before Newton? No, apple never used to fly off. It always used to come down, but no one thought the question why it comes down. And therefore your innovation has to be unique. Then only we call it innovation. Otherwise it's called routine. And innovation would definitely give you an edge. So the idea that is presented, that is validated, and now you know that your idea is unique, and we call it innovation. When you have a unique idea, what do? You give it for everyone for free? Perhaps not. Perhaps many of you would not like to give it for free. You would like at least your name to be associated. You would at least like to get the right that you can exploit the idea. You can explore the idea. And therefore, what you require is to protect your intellectual property. We all know of our property, money, bank balance, or building, car, all of them are property, but those are property, not intellect. So what about the property that you have generated through your intellect? What is the property? What will happen to the property? No one can come and steal your car. No one can come and claim your house. But an idea that you presented can be stolen very easily, because in that idea, your name is not written. So how do you write your name in that idea is through intellectual property right. And this intellectual property right is claimed through trademark, through patent, through copyright. And you secure your intellectual property just like you secure your house, your car, and your movable and immovable properties. Followed by this, you have to go through a business incubation. You started with an idea, just find out just imagine if I would have discovered a vaccine for COVID in my lab. Would it go to you? Would it reach you? Would it be available to you? The answer is no. So it has to go through a business process. It has to be produced in an industry. It has to be sold for revenue generation, and then only it will come to you and it will become affordable to you, and you will take the benefit of that idea, of that innovation, of that research. Therefore, we are there to handhold you. A seed, if you keep it on a plastic bottle, it would remain as a seed for ages, whether it is 100 years or 200 years. But that seed, if you put it on a soil, if you nurture it with water, carbon dioxide, one day that will grow into a plant, and that plant will bring fruits and flowers. And that fruits and flowers is nothing but what we call is success. So the reason why you ideated, the reason why you started with an idea is to solve a problem, and the problem is solved through innovation, through research, through incubation, and that's why you have reached success. Now, a few of the students would say, sir, why do I need to travel from A to B to C all the way to D, E, F, and G? Can't I travel from A to G directly? So the answer is there is a roadblock, as you can see. There is a tremendous roadblock because there is no shortcut to success. We all knew this, but remember, what we often do, what we often forget is that we give an idea and we think that we will be successful in life. In order to be successful, you have to travel the entire path. You have to travel from A to G, and then only you will reach success. So from day one or day zero of your academic life, of your undergrad or postgraduate life at Adams University, believe that the extra path, the extra mile that you travel in order to be successful will always pay you, because there is absolutely no shortcut to success. I hope this would make you a runner in an extra mile. Now, a very fundamental question which I normally ask to students is, why are you studying? Why are you opting for a graduation or a post-graduation course, irrespective of where you study? The common answers, here I am guessing. Please try to guess the answers. And I'm definite that what all options I will give you, you will find your answer in these options. First, there will be a very small percentage who would say knowledge. A few would say skill, job. A majority of them would say, I want to get a job. Future scope. I want to increase my future scope. I want to get a degree. I want to do business. I want to learn because I enjoy learning. I want to self-develop. How I am today, I want to be better tomorrow. I want to be better the day after. Therefore, I am studying for making myself self-developed. Becoming a professional would also be your answer. I hope most of your answers are covered in these 9 options. But I would pause for a second and go to the next point. How many of you thought that I'm studying because I want to be happy? Perhaps none. Perhaps none of you have ever thought that I am studying because I want to be happy, because happiness was never your priority of life. Am I correct? Please ask this question to yourself. You definitely will give your answer. Now, is it me saying that? No. Good genes are nice, but joy is better. This is an 80-year-old study that has been conducted, and the reports has been reported in Harvard Gazette, which says that when the study began, no one cared about empathy, no one cared about relationship, no one cared about attachment. All these were abstract things. Everyone cared about numbers, everyone cared about salary, everyone cared about degree. But it was found that loneliness kills, and it is as powerful as smoking or alcoholism. Therefore, you need to find joy. And the reason many of you, I am confident that you would say, sir, I don't like studying, is because you never enjoyed studying. So that's the greatest challenge we face. And that is the greatest challenge I like to handle in my student is that, can I give you happiness? Can I give you joy through studies? Can I give you joy through a class? It's not to get you bored. It's not to dump information. It's not to dump knowledge or make you only skillful. It is, you will come to the class to enjoy. You will come to a class saying that I felt happy because I learned something after the class. And that should be the motto from tomorrow or today itself, from this moment. Now let us try to define happiness and innovation. When do you feel happy? Tell me, when the screen was blank and when I posted this photograph, are you not happy? Are you not feeling joy? Happiness increased? Yes, definitely. It's because new place, new dress, or new design gives us happiness. We are just approaching Durga Puja. And why are we happy? Because we are going to see different Durga idol. We are going to see different theme pandals. We are going to enjoy with new place, explore new place. And that's why new and happiness are something which are very much interconnected that we have overlooked. We always thought that we are going to get something, that's we are happy. We are going to get holidays, that is why we are happy. But remember, why we are happy during Durga Puja days is not because we are getting holiday, but we are getting a time to do something new. We are getting a new dress. We are exploring new opportunities. We are seeing new design. So new and happiness is interconnected. And now I will introduce you to some of the innovations, some of the new things which would also make you happy. And these are, can anyone guess what am I showing? Yes, it's an innovation, a self-stirring mug. Often you will not find a spoon. Often in a hotel, you have to ask a receptionist to give you a spoon. But just imagine if you have a coffee mug where you can empty everything, a powder, a sugar, milk, and add water, and it is self-stirring. It solves a lot of problem. And that's why a great innovation, a very small level innovation, but a very applicable innovation is self-stirring mug. Coming next. You often work in a laptop or a desktop, but just see how a laser keyboard works, where you need not carry a keyboard with you. A small laser drive is giving you all the options available in a keyboard. So that's about innovation. That's about something new. Third, every one of you who rode a bicycle, especially in a busy road, has faced this problem. You have to hold the bicycle in one hand and give the road signal with a hand signal, either right or left. Just imagine, none of the companies, so big brains, never thought, can we have a blinker in a bicycle so that we need not drive single-handedly and use the other hand for giving a direction to indicate direction. Therefore, a blinker in a cycle can solve a lot of problems. So it's not only a new place, a new dress, or new design. I hope these three examples that I have put is also going to bring smile to your face because you learned, you got something new. And that's the relationship between happiness and innovation. So innovation means solving a problem. Let me discuss about a very, very common problem that we have. All of you, or definitely your mom or dad, have faced this problem while preparing a breakfast. Can anyone guess what problem am I referring to? Can we have a few guesses? What problem am I referring to? I hope the picture is visible and it is indicating a knife and a butter. Can we have guesses? Either in the chat box or you Yourself, try to guess. Yes, a few guesses are definitely correct. You keep the butter in a butter case in a fridge, and it becomes so hard that it becomes very difficult to scoop through the butter and put it on a bread. It's a very, very small and fundamental problem. But see how innovators respond to this problem. The first response is this way. A modified scoop, a modified knife can solve this problem, which would help in digging a layer of butter which can be easily applied to a bread. So that's an innovation. Coming next is another step ahead. What you can see, the knife is self-heating. You have a buzzer, you have a knob with which you press, and there is a heat generated in the knife. And when heat is generated in the knife, you can very easily scoop out a layer of butter and apply in a bread. So this may look trivial. This may look very simple, but just imagine to the innovators. Just imagine the mind of the innovators who transformed this small problem and who took care of this small problem and gave rise to a solution. And definitely this solution pays to them. Who are these two gentlemen? The two most powerful gentlemen of the present century. I hope most of you have guessed correctly. They are no one but Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. One from Apple and the other from Microsoft. So how would be their relationship? Any guesses? I hope you started guessing. They are arch rivals. They are enemy to one another, because that's obvious. Both of them are working in the same market. Both of them are heading to different companies with the same type of product, same type of customers. Then they must be arch rivals. But let me tell you a story. Microsoft founder Bill Gates owned 2.7 billion stake in Apple. And you know why he took that stake? He took a stake in Apple to promote Apple, to stop Apple from becoming bankrupt. Now imagine the head of one company is helping a competing company from losing its bankruptcy so that he can retain its position in the market. And therefore, this is something what you need to remember throughout your academic career. Competition does not mean enemy. From your school days, from your childhood days, you have always been asked to become competitors. But the meaning of competition that has come to you, you have to be better than him. But believe me, competition does not mean that. Competition means how coordination can be brought. You have to convert competition into cooperation, and only then you will be achieving your dream. With the logic of becoming competitor, becoming better than my friend, becoming better than my colleague would not going to help you. And these two great personalities have definitely taught that competition does not mean being enemy. It is coordination, it is cooperation that is far, far ahead of competition. Now, coming to a very, very important question. How many of you want a job? I would pause for 5 seconds and let me see how many people raises their hand. The count starts and it increases in a drastic speed. Probably you would reach 0 to 100 faster than a BMW car. Yeah, see the count is increasing. Everyone is raising their hand. Yeah, good. And when you raise your hand after you complete your graduation or post-graduation, you raise with different colors. I have completed my BSc, I am an LLB, I am a MBA, I have completed my PhD, I am a B Farm, I am a MA in this subject. And this is how job seekers raise their hand, all colorful hand, all with different skills, all with different knowledge. But let us try to see how the job givers see your hand. Can you find a difference? Can you find a difference from a PhD to an MBA? An MBA with an MTech? An MTech with a BTech? Or a BTech with an LLB? All in grayscale. So whatever you have said to the job givers, that I am this, actually doesn't value. But then what values? What values is your knowledge plus skill plus attitude, and not knowledge or skill or attitude. Now let me give you a very easy example to understand this. A person who knows the formula to create a bomb is knowledgeable, but he has never handled that, so he is not skillful. So what will happen if he tries to create the bomb? He will end up blasting himself. Now, a person who is knowledgeable and skillful, he knows what proportion to give when preparing a bomb. He knows how to prepare a bomb. But imagine he doesn't know where to apply it. So he applies it in the market. He applies it in a religious place. He applies it in a public place. And what's the result? Death. Because he had correct knowledge, he had correct skill, but he didn't have the correct attitude. So this happens very often when you go to the job giver saying, I am this. That only provides an insight that you are knowledgeable, or you have got a degree, or you are skillful. But remember, to get a good job, you require to have, or to become successful in life, you need to convert, you need to converge, and you need to add your knowledge with skill, your skill with attitude. Then only you become successful. Therefore, remember as a mantra that it's not knowledge or skill or attitude, it is always knowledge plus skill plus attitude that will help in your life. Now, everyone wants a job. Please have a glimpse of a few newspaper cuttings, a newspaper clippings that says, if I read out the statements, it says, ক্রমশ কমছে নতুন চাকরি টান বেতনেও 96,000 apply for high court peon post, 42,000 for clerks, only 64 posts. 2 million Indians apply for an ad for 300 clerical jobs. 5वीं पास के लिए निकला भर्ती, MBA और PhD वालों ने किया apply. Unemployment highest since 2016. So tell me, how many of you will get a job? Probably after completion of your graduation or post-graduation, from a university who will groom you, who will make you job ready, you will get a job. But can you guarantee keeping your job for the next 40 years? Because it's not difficult to get a job, it's difficult to keep the job. Therefore, there would always be a scarcity of getting a job. Days ahead, the situation is going to be worst. And this is the condition of a pass-out student or a final year student who stands well-groomed, who stands with a very lucrative CV, with a very beautiful dress, a formally attire. But imagine and see the line of job seekers. It's endless. And when you get a job, you are successful, you are considered successful. And when you do not, you are considered unsuccessful. And this unsuccessful will always bother you. It will be a headache saying, I learned so much, I attended so much, I did so much, but I failed to get a job because it's not your fault, then whose fault is it? How do I recover from this? That's a never ending question. So what's the next option? Business. How many of you want to do a business? Please raise your hands. Let me see, does the number count in the same way? How many of you counted or raised their hand when the question was asked, how many of you wanted for a job? Yes, definitely the path or the response is slower because everyone doesn't want to do business in this part of the country. But what business am I speaking? I am not asking you to open a shop and sell routine things. I'm not asking you to open an IT company. I'm not asking you to open a grocery shop. What am I asking you is to solve a problem for which he or she, from whom you are solving the problem, is going to be paid. That means there is an existing problem. I solve that problem. And as a solution, as a owner of the solution, I am getting paid. And that is what I call business. Let us give two very, very fundamental examples. 10 years, go back, probably in your 5th or 6th standard when you were in. Suddenly you thought that I would like to have a dinner, a specific dish from a restaurant, which is 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers away from you. So what was the option? Convince your parents to go out. Your father says, no, I'm very tired. I cannot go out for a dinner. Now, do you suffer the same problem? Probably not. It takes a minute to give an order through any of the online platform, be it Zomato, be it Swiggy, and therefore, for you need to understand that a problem was there, that you need to approach a hotel, a restaurant to provide food to you. Now that problem is solved by a business house and for which they are getting paid. They are getting remuneration. Their business is flourishing. Another beautiful example, suppose you want to go to an airport or a railway station and the taxi stand is around 1 kilometer away from you. So what was the option available? You go to the taxi stand, 1 kilometer travel, you call the taxi to your home, another kilometer, and your effective journey from home to your destination starts. But now what do? Now, through various apps, whether it be Ola, whether it be Uber or something else, you directly call the taxi to your doorstep and your billing starts there. Therefore, there was a problem. Someone thought that, yes, I can solve this problem with the way of a technological help. And the solution to the problem led to business. So business, what I mean is not a transactional business. Business, what I mean is not buying things for 5 rupees and selling things for 7 rupees and making a profit of 2 rupees. That is what we know business to be. That is what you know that this is business, buying for 5 rupees and selling it for 7 rupees. But no, in an academic institution, we are not dealing with those type of business. We are not promoting you to go for those type of transactional business. So what do we mean? We want you to add value or value addition to a product. You need to make a product better, and that would give you a better business. You need to innovate something new that was not available. So can you prepare that? That would lead to a business. Third, it can be an innovative or better service that can lead to a business. So we are not speaking about buying and selling. We are speaking about innovating. We are speaking about creating something new, adding value to a product or a service, and that will serve the community. And in turn of serving the community, it generates revenue for you. And you say you have become an entrepreneur. You have become a businessman and you have created a startup on your own. despite of not having a business background. That is what we encourage you to serve the society with. Therefore, what do we want? We want you to become job giver and not become a job seeker. Remember the two questions that I asked? How many of you want to get a job? Everyone raised their hand. So everyone is a job seeker. Now, there are few people who are job givers. Job givers are those who are entrepreneurs. Job givers are those who are business holders. Now imagine everyone wants to work in a Tata group. But what do Tata want? To get a job? No, to give a job. So who tells that tomorrow you would not land up, you would not create a venture that would be as big as Tata, as big as Reliance, or as big as Amazon? Yes, there are potential. You need to reinvent yourself. Till you were attending this orientation session, your parents, your family members, your counselors, your teachers, and you yourself always thought that you need to get a job. But believe me, today onwards, you think, can you convert yourself from a job seeker to a job giver? And that would be a quantum leap. That would be what you are going to achieve, what you would try to achieve in your days at Adams University. Job seekers are everywhere. Job givers are few. So you need to convert yourself. You need to say, we are hiring, rather holding a postcard, holding a letter and saying, hire me, I know this. You can give job to others, and then only the problem of unemployment will be solved. Because when you become a job giver, when you become a business person, when you become an entrepreneur, when you create your own startup, you not only earn money for yourself, you give job to different strata, starting from a driver to a CEO. People with different knowledge, different background, different strata of the society will be a part of your organization, will be a part of your job or your business. And that would solve the problem of unemployment. So as a student from day one, pledge to yourself, you will not add on to the problem. We require you to be a solution. We require you so that you no longer speak of the problem of unemployment. You become an entrepreneur and say, I solve this problem by giving job to 5, 10, 15, or 50. And tomorrow it might be 5,000 people who are employed to you. Now, when we say this, that you need to convert yourself from job seeker to a job giver, the first thing what comes to our mind, how do I get capital? I do not have money. How will I start my business? Because when we speak of capital, what we always think is money. But in an academic institution, what is going to be your capital? Your capital is going to be your knowledge and skill, what you are employing to become a job giver. You are not welcome to invest 100 crores, 10 crores, or even a crore to become a job giver. That's what a traditional businessman will do. But instead, can you spend 10,000 rupees and create a venture, create a product, create a service that is unique, that will solve problem of some segment of the society, some technological problem, or some social problem, or some industrial problem. And that solution will pay you money, that will remunerate you, and that will be converted into a business. Therefore, you are here at Adams University to develop your knowledge and skill, and this will be your capital when you become an entrepreneur. You do not require only money to be a capital. This would be a capital for you, and you would be one day be able to say, I'm an entrepreneur. I solved the problem of unemployment by giving job to 5, 10, or 50. And that's what we all look for. And when we say start a business, think of a business. This is the common thing which happened to us. Even me as an academician, or me as a researcher, or me as a teacher, am I convinced? Do I know whom to approach? Do I know who do I go to? Do I know why do I need to do this? How to do this? Where to do? What to do? So all the WH word come to our mind and we stop our brain there because there is always so many WH words, so many questions, and I don't have an answer to those. So that's a common problem every one of us faces. And to solve this problem, we are here. We are here in the academic system to solve this problem. If you are even convinced, okay, let me try to do a business. These are the questions you ask. What are the questions? How can I do a business? I don't have a background. My father is not a businessman. None of my colleagues, none of my relatives want me to do a business. They prefer job to be safer. Which business will suit me? I have a typical personality of my own. How can I go for a business? What is the business that gives highest profit? I'll only go to the business which will give me a quick return, a quick profit. Do I need to do an MBA to understand business? I've not studied business. I do not have an academic background. And mostly the science and engineering students would say, I've studied science and engineering. Why shall I do business? I'm not born for that. But this should be the questions you should have asked. Am I prepared to take a challenge? What domain do I have expertise? How can I generate profit using my skill? Where do I get mentorship for my business? What technology of today carries business potential? Now, if you are able to answer these questions that I have presented here, what will happen? You are not only ready for a business, but you are also ready to take up job in a business of someone else, and you would definitely add profitability to the business. And when you add profitability to a business, you would definitely get an increment, you would definitely get a better position, and you would definitely accelerate and go forward in your career, even in a job. Because for you, it's a job, but for someone, it's a business. Therefore, you need to understand that whatever technology you learn, whatever problem-solving capacity you gain, whatever skill and knowledge you acquire, everything has to be translated in terms of business, because that is what people have recruited you for. And when you open your own business, this is the greatest challenge you are going to face. It is very difficult to find a person who would say, I have expertise on this and this can earn money. People will say, I have a degree on this. People will say, I know this, that, and all. But when I ask a question to the final year students, when I ask a question to the job seekers, that tell me one thing that will give me profit from your work, most of them are unable to say. So that is where you have to focus from day one at Adams University. You need to create these type of questions, these type of transformations within you that would not only make you a good entrepreneur or startup creator, but that would also make you a very efficient job seeker, a person who would always be looked for in a job. And what is our role? Our role in the incubation, whether it's a technology incubator or a business incubator, our role is to convert the egg into a hen. Our role is to convert the seed into a plant. As you all know, a seed would never turn into a plant until it is nurtured, until it is mentored properly, until it is supported properly. So you would say a seed requires a proper soil. Now you want to be big, you want to become a professor, you want to become a scientist, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to become a technocrat, you want to become a businessman. So those are things what is a fruit and flower, but you need to sow a seed in order to reap a fruit. So that seed is inside you. That seed is covered by a very thick coverage. We need to pull out and find the seed within you. And that is why this orientation program, to give you a menu card, to give you what all opportunity we have for you. And this will help you uncover yourself, and the seed, once exposed, will be nurtured, will be provided with every way of conditioning, will be mentored, who knows the path, will be given a technical support, so that the seed one day become a plant giving fruits and flower. So that an egg which has potential, which was fertilized, would give rise to a hen, which is again prepared to give egg. So this is the role of a business incubator at Adamus University. We support your idea, we groom your idea, we mentor your idea, we provide you technological support, and so that you are able to create a venture out of yourself, not after you complete your post-graduation, PhD, 10 years of the job, but staying at a campus as a student from day one. You are eligible to apply to the Center for Incubation with your idea of solving a problem. And if that idea has a potential, that would definitely be groomed, so that after the end of 3, 2, or 4 years of your journey at Adamus University, you do not get out of the university with just a degree or just a job. It may also happen that you move out of the university completing your graduation or post-graduation with a company, a registered company of your own, having employees. So you need to start dreaming from today. This is the process, what we will be dealing you later also, but to give you a glimpse, you need to apply to the incubation, and we take you through a pre-incubation steps where your ideation, whether your idea that you have created is valid or not, that is judged, followed by mentorship, technical support, and mentoring in the incubation. And post-incubation, when you already launched your company, when you were running successfully a company of your own, we provide you networking, mentorship, and you are once in at Adamus University, you are always part of Adamus University, either as a student or as an alumni. And Center for Incubation, the domain that we have created in creating entrepreneurs, in solving the problem of unemployment, we are there for you from today till the day you seek our help, whatever form it is. As I introduced the Center for Incubation, these all are the dimensions, and our goal is institutional and societal development. And we work in the domain of awareness and popularization of entrepreneurship, of startup, that is quite lacking in this part of the country. We collaborate and handle with various organizations, various institutions, academic, research, and corporate. We have capacity building program for students and faculties. We have access to physical and virtual incubation. We have establishment of campus company, and also our reach goes to the external beneficiaries as well. So what advantage would you get at Adamus University? You would get a state-of-the-art laboratory, office space, facility of seed funding, IPR sale, media advertisement, seminar hall, meeting room, cafeteria. So you would say, sir, these all are available to a student. But remember, I'm not speaking about the facilities of a student. I'm speaking of a facility given to an incubatee. That means you want to open a company. Today, you cannot have a big office of your own. Today, you cannot rent a house or office. Today, you cannot hire 5, 6 people. Today, you cannot have a big setup for you. And we are there to support your innovation, your business in this way. We are going to give you mentorship, either it's academic, marketing, research, finance, industry, IPR, or business. We are going to provide you all this help so that your venture, your company, your startup becomes successful. And how we are helpful? We are helpful to you because you are solving a problem that is faced by not only you or me, the entire globe. That is the problem of unemployment. So why you incubate with us is a scope for research, is a professional mentoring. We have industrial collaboration. You have an option of getting seed fund, access to infrastructure, legal and IPR support. So these all facilities will be offered to you as an incubatee. You as a student might have developed a new app. You as a student might have developed a new business idea. You as a student might have developed a new product. You are technically excellent, you are technically very sound in your domain, but do you have an overall idea what all is required to establish a company? You may not be having a legal idea. You may not be having an industrial idea. You may not be having a financial idea. Therefore, all the ideas what are required to create a successful startup is there in the campus for you. And that is what we call the AU advantage. We are very much fortunate to say that we hold Young Entrepreneurs Summit, where students like you participate in the state and national level seminar, national level entrepreneurship summit, where they present their business idea, and many of our students have been the winner in the national level. That means our students have the potential to innovate. Our students have the potential to convert their innovation into a business, and that has not only been acknowledged in the state level, that has got accolade for the university in the national level as well. So that means we have the potential. Only thing we need to do, come out of the box, think out of the box, come out of the closet, come out of the cubicle concept and go and explore things, get the support from the university and create something of our own. One of the schemes that has been launched by us is Adamus Research and Innovation in Science and Engineering. It's an ARISE scheme. The scope of the scheme is to foster ideas with commercial potential. Now, you always need to remember an idea would remain an idea if it is not been able to commercialize. We will facilitate the transformation of idea into a product. So you thought of an idea and that idea has to be converted into product. We will nurture the idea in the incubator so that the product will become an enterprise, it will become a company. And we would encourage you to create a startup. And for that, the university not only gives you mentorship, also supports you with financial funding through ARISE scheme of the university. I am very much pleased to announce that Adamus University has been the first private university in India and the first university in the Eastern India to host the BIRAC e-Yuva Center at Adamus University. And if you look at the full form of e-Yuva, it is encouraging youth for undertaking innovative research through vibrant acceleration, where we will be supporting innovation in undergrad, postgrad to doctoral and postdoctoral level, who would be working on product-oriented research, and they will be creating their proof of concept. They will be converting their ideas into product, and we want them to be successful entrepreneurs for the days ahead. We have a very strong industry academia collaboration center in collaboration with Bosch, which is a German company. And we are also trying to create skill entrepreneurs for nation building. You know, whenever there is a post of a clerk, when is a post of a group D staff, there are thousands of people who apply for them. Why? Is it because of scarcity of job? Yes, one reason is that. But the other reason is that they're not confident enough of their skill. So they think that I cannot apply for a high skilled job. I would always be comfortable with these jobs. We also have huge number of underprivileged people who can get an entry-level job if they are skilled. And therefore, the country requires skilled entrepreneurs who would be skilling the underprivileged, who would be skilling the college graduates who are not being employed so that they become employable. Because it is not the number of engineering or any other graduates that come out of a college of the entire country. It is the number is very few of who are capable of getting a job. Therefore, we require to reskill them. It is very important to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And that will be the job of the skill entrepreneurs. And I'm happy to share that several of the skill entrepreneurs are being trained in collaboration with Bosch and Adams University at the Adams University Industry Academia Collaboration Center, supported by the Center for Incubation, Adams University. Now, coming next, we have so many pictures you can see. If you look at the left 4 pictures and the right side picture, what does it signify? Can I have students started guessing? What am I relating to? Just look at the picture, pause for a minute and find out what do you feel for this. Can I get some answers through the chat box? What do you feel? Yes, the answer is privileged versus underprivileged. We are still in a society which do not give equal right, equal contribution, equal privilege, equal facility, equal opportunity to everyone. So, whose responsibility it is? Can I, as an educated person, can I, being a privileged person, tell that they are underprivileged? What can I do? No, that is where which will keep you grounded, which will keep your foot on the ground and your head will be held high in the sky. Sky will be the limit, but you will always be grounded in your foot, because that is called social responsibility. And Adams University takes care of this social responsibility through all its students, all its faculty members, and the entire group, what we say, response to the need of the hour. When we were hit by Corona, when we were hit by the COVID situation, people were not aware. Maybe a few segment of the people were aware that this can cause devastation. Still, many people were not practicing physical distancing. Still, many people were not practicing wearing masks. But now, that was our role, where we helped students, where we helped the underprivileged, where we went to the various segments, so showing them that we need to be making them aware. So these are a glimpse of the activities, distributing mask and sanitizer to the society, pausing awareness program in the society. Literacy. You all are fortunate to be educated, but just remember, going to the higher education, starting your graduation and post-graduation days, there are a huge number of people who are not even literate. So can we just shed off our extra glamour that we possess for becoming educated or literate? Can we contribute to the society in bringing literacy to the doorstep? Yes, our women literacy camp and the figures are self-explanatory to show that we do not ignore this responsibility. With the very strong and structured social responsibility unit headed by Dr. Pragyan Mohanty, we always proceed, we always acknowledge our responsibility and take time in helping the underprivileged, because we feel that it is our responsibility to be a part of it. Adding values to their life. Now, what is a value? A value of a pen is 10 rupees. But just imagine what is the value of a beautiful poem written with the 10 rupees pen. that is immense. Therefore, can we add values to the underprivileged by just sharing our views, sharing our thought, by improving their standard of living, improving their thought process, provoking their education system, and also increasing their earning potential and make them self-reliant. Therefore, we organize periodic camps. We demonstrate how can they add on values to their life, how can they add on a little bit of income in their life that would make their life a little bit easier, that would help them in sending their children to the school, that would help them to have a better living for themselves and their family. So we also take responsibility in guiding these people through the resources that we have, through the knowledge that we have, through the skills that we have acquired. Can we transfer the skill, knowledge to them to add values in their life? Cleanliness is next to godliness. But a country like us, despite of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, you would see that cleanliness is difficult to obtain. So can we only have a faith on people who are supposed to clean? If we go to a beach, on a sea beach, we would see plenty of packets of maybe chips, maybe bottles of cold drinks left behind. Now, who spoiled the place? Who spoiled the cleanliness? It is not the underprivileged people only. It's even the privileged people. It's even the literate people. It's even the so-called educated people. So therefore, we cannot turn aside. We have to think of cleanliness, and that has to start from us. We have to lead with the example that we can make our campus clean. We would help people in creating their campus clean, and that would create a havoc implication in the people, showing them that cleanliness is required, and that would overall help increase the health, hygiene, and sanitation of the country. I would end with a story of a limbless karate girl. Now, there was a girl who had one limb. That means one of the limb was missing. But she was very much interested in karate, and she always pledged her father to take her to a karate class, to which her father always denied. Now, on her fifth birthday, she was so adamant, she was crying that I want to learn karate. So her father took her to a karate teacher and said, "Sir, please take my child. I know she will not be able to do karate, but at least let her be pleased." So she was admitted. The karate teacher from day one taught her one step. So gradually days passed, years passed, one after another, all her colleagues in the karate class got promoted from yellow belt to green belt to brown belt to black belt and so on. But she was always remaining in the initial position. But she never cried. She always meticulously practiced what a teacher asked her to do. So one day, her father asked the teacher, "Sir, why don't you teach her different steps? She is always in step number one." So the next day, the karate teacher enrolled her name to one of the very important championship. So her father came running and said, "Sir, how can you do that? She is not having a limb, and you have taken her name in a championship where she has not even graduated gradually from a white belt to a black belt. Then how can you put her in a championship?" What happened next? The championship game started. Round one, this limbless girl won. Round two, again the limbless girl won. The competitor was mightier. The competitor was strengthier. The competitor was very frustrated. I'm losing to a limbless girl. The third round, even the limbless girl won. So everyone in the audience was surprised. What made this happen? How could it be possible? Is it just a accident, or is it a got up? The father came running to the teacher, the trainer and said, "Sir, tell me what is behind today's success." So the teacher said, "I taught her only one step for the last 3 years, and that is a step of offense for which the defense is catching the other hand." So her opponent had to catch hold of the other hand to defend that, but she didn't have the other hand. So the opponent was confused what to hold, how to defend that. And the girl won the race, won the championship. So who is the winner? The father, the sister, the teacher, or the girl, or the system? The answer is the teacher who has converted the challenge into an opportunity. She was not privileged. She was not having an arm, and that has been converted into an opportunity by a teacher, by a system. And that is why I would plead to you to turn challenges into opportunity, to have faith in the system, to have faith in education, to have faith in teaching fraternity of your guides, because they are going to make you successful. They are not going to fulfill their dream until you fulfill your dream. And that's why Adams University is there to guide you in the days ahead. With this note, I thank you all for your kind listening. Thank you very much.
And with that very encouraging note on turning challenges into opportunities, we come to an end of the first half of day 4 of Forceps 2021. You've been listening to Dr. Sabtashi Chatterjee, and the subject was Job Creators Company and Giving Back, Incubation and Entrepreneurship Opportunities. The first session of today was on campus learning resources, research and innovation ecosystem, where you had heard Dr. Jitendra Kumar Pandey. We take a break. We will be back sharp at 2. The next session is very, very interesting, that is lined up when you join us back at 2 p.m. And the topic is A Friend in Need, where you will get to know about our Students Affairs program and also about our Student Facilitation Center. The fourth and final session of today would be on International Relations and Student Exchange Program at Adams University. Till then, take care, join us back at 2, and don't forget to register. The last date is tomorrow. Thank you so much. See you soon.